What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. So there was no video yesterday guys. I kind of was like just getting through a few things yesterday for the main channel and just doing a few kind of like back of house stuff if you like. And it got to 6 p.m. and I saw the SBCs and stuff come out. And I thought, you know what, like the Carlos VELA, which we're going to do here today, is pretty good. Jamie Vardy, I'm not interested in. And then the marquee matchups, the UEFA marquee matchups, it's so expensive. It's like 50k for 6 tradable, blue cards, 3 rare, 3 common. It's just not worth it. And so I refuse to do it. However, Carlos VELA, we're going to start here with today. We're then going to get into some gameplay and some packs and SBCs and stuff like that. I think anyway. We got some stuff here today anyway, and we're going to do some bronze packs and stuff. And I want to talk to you guys a bit about when I do some bronze packs, just how I'm going to be preparing my account for team of the season on Friday. And if you guys want to join me, go nuts. So we've done Los Angeles. We've got the right wing from Lafka, Blessing, and he is a blessing because I didn't have to pay for him. It's just been a weird squad, really. For chemistry, I've obviously got Montero in there, who's not the highest rated. But we've got the 2 Dutchmen in there, the 2 84s and the Dutchman at left back. And I know some people will look at that and think, man, what a waste. That's the whole point of these cards. The whole purpose of getting these pinks is to do good SBCs that I think are good value. And I think this Carlos VELA is good value for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's a 90 rated card that I'll be able to use in Dennis Bergkamp if I want to, and just generally getting a 90 rated card, which is quite nice. But I'm not going to use it in Dennis Bergkamp because of number 2, is that he will go in hand for our Arsenal past and present squad. So we obviously had the 88 Carlos VELA, and we can now do and use the 89 Carlos VELA. And then in the MLS here, we're going to use the red Gale that I had. He's just useless. We've got the 85 Alessandrini, who I will need to replace because he was in there for Dennis Bergkamp 89 rated, 88 rated squad, 89 rated squad. But there you go, guys. Carlos VELA is done. The thing that concerns me the most about using him for the Arsenal past and present squads is that I'm overburdened on attackers and really short on defenders. Now I'm going to have to buy Jens Lehmann at one stage or another throughout the year. And we're going to have to buy Sol Campbell as well at one stage or another. But other than that, like the Arsenal back line, I'm going to have to buy, Hector Bellerin as well, which I don't know how easy that's going to be to achieve. Let's see what's sold here. So a few cards sold there. Look at the prices. This is why I'm not doing marquee matchups, man. The prices of some of these cards are just extortionate, like genuinely extortionate. But in terms of Dennis Bergkamp, so I didn't need that. I didn't need Alessandrini per se. I just had an 85 rated in there, and I don't remember who I had in there as next to Ducoré. So I'm gonna have to go back and have a look at who I just used up there. But yeah, we're still with team of the season around the corner. Literally around the corner. We're gonna be in a great spot. So I need to obviously get La Liga done 2 more times and the French League done 1 more time. French League, we're in an okay spot, actually. I think I've got most of it done. La Liga with 14 out of 20. French League with 14 out of 20 as well. But I've actually got, so Amiens is expensive. Nimes is expensive. PSG is okay. Kane is expensive. But Stade de Reims is quite cheap and Toulouse is quite expensive. So it would take me a bit to complete that. But I want to share with you guys, again, just a little bit about the journey of where we've been over the last 2 weeks. So in the last 2 weeks, last 2.5 weeks, I was at 1.1 million after we bought Team of the Year Kevin De Bruyne. I then sold Trent Alexander-Arnold, the right back, because I bought him and sold him for around the 500k mark. And currently, obviously the future stars, currently he's down at 370. And the reason why I sold him is because I had a feeling that his price was going to go down. And it's different. Like I also know that Mbappe's price was going to go down, and De Bruyne's price was going to go down, and Marcelo and Van Dijk's price was going to go down. But the reason why I was happy to hold on with those guys is because these are guys that will be in my team for the rest of the game now. So I've lost about 800,000 coins on Mbappe. I've lost God knows how much on De Bruyne. I bought De Bruyne for 2, so about 350,000 coins on De Bruyne. I think we've lost about 400-500 coins on Virgil. He's now down at 930, and I bought him for 1.4. So yeah, like 500k on him. And Marcelo, probably the least lost on him because he was already quite cheap. But Marcelo is now 870, so I lost about 300k on him. So I've lost, like 1.5 or so million coins on the team of the years that I bought. But the reason why I'm happy, as I say, to keep those guys is because they're going to be my team for the foreseeable future, and the price of the team of the years is always a good guide price for everything else. So what I mean by that is, if this Mbappe, as good as he is 2.7 million now, he will always be one of the most expensive non-icon cards in the game because he is one of the best. So if it was like, oh man, I really want to get such and such and such and such, I could sell him and I know I'd still be able to afford those because his guide price will always just be above the threshold, right? So I bought Kevin De Bruyne, I sold Trent, and then I made, about 600,000 more coins, and we got to 1.1 million. Since then, I've never hit 1.1 million again. But we're now at 900,000 coins, and what I have done in that time is I've added Antonio Valencia into the squad, obviously using League SBC cards and some other cards. I've now added Carlos Vela into our squad, another 90 rated card. Obviously, he's not necessarily a card that we're going to be using a lot, but he will go onto my bench. I want the Arsenal guys on the bench, I suppose. So George Best will come off now for Carlos Vela. So yeah, as you can see, I'm building the Arsenal past and present squad kind of already. And then what you'll also note is that I also now have Serge Gnabry. I don't know why he's there. I don't know why he's before some of the other guys, but Serge Gnabry, Casemiro, Tovan, Doucouré, Skriniar. Again, I don't know why Skriniar is after Doucouré, but 5 big League SBC cards in there. And then I have it set to, it's because it's newest. That's why it's newest. So outside of that, I don't want it to be newest anymore. Outside of that, we've also got all of these special cards, Dabour, and then 9 informs, which just even at discard price is over 100, 120, 130k, plus the blue cards that I've already got from last week's marquee matchups here. Then all of the special cards, specifically the pink cards that we've got. If I did sell up, I would now be back well in excess of 1.1 million coins, and I would have Valencia and Carlos Vela alongside that. And during that meantime, we obviously picked up Patrick Vieira. We completed some of his big squads, and we're well on our way to finishing Dennis Bergkamp as well. So although, the last 3 weeks hasn't seen my coin balance increase, what we have done is we have added so much to the club itself that made it just, we're just in a strong position right now. And so, yeah, I'm very happy with where the club is. I'm getting prepared for team of the season. Hopefully team of the season is going to be really, really good for us. And I will go, I want to just open these 2 packs here for you guys. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to grab some comments from the comment section whilst we open bronze packs. But also, I'm going to go into a bit of detail as to how I'm going to prepare my account for team of the season, especially the most consistent team of the season, whilst we open some of the bronze packs. So the 2 packs from Carlos Vela have been useless. We got some more players to put into the club, which I suppose is okay, but generally quite useless there. I mean, I suppose he's all right. There's some good League SBC cards there. We've got Danny Rose there as well, currently selling for like 3.5k, 4k, so that's not too bad either. Ruben Castro can get sold, and also Glushakov can get sold. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go and pick some comments, and I will be back in just a moment. All right, guys, welcome back. We have got some more sales on the account. Just some more coins. We're up over 900,000 now, which is very nice. And as promised, I went and got some comments from the comment section. And we're going to just do some bronze packs. Before we get into the comments, though, I want to talk, as I say, a little bit about what I'm planning for having set up for Team of the Season. So, this Friday, let me go into Foothead real quick for a change. This Friday, the Team of the Season is coming in. And I don't know. Let me get team of the season nominees. The team of the season has 100 players on the shortlist, right? You've got players like Ibra and Gomis and Piatti, Tosun, I believe that is, or not Tosun. Wait, who is that? Why can't I have his card here? Can I click on his card? No, I can't. It doesn't even give any names, which is quite interesting. Basically, it's got a lot of players in it, man. But it's got 100 players, most of which are... Let me see if I can get on... See, like, the foot ahead are giving me a shortlist. I don't want a shortlist of players with no names and no clickable links. I want a shortlist of players where I can click on them and go from there. Team of the season nominees, FUT Wiz. Let's see if we can go there. Yeah, see, the voting's closed now, so I can't even look at the players, can I? Do we have just team of the season style players? All team of the season search. Yeah, see, they just don't show it. All right, so anyway, my point is a lot of the team of the season most consistent are going to be silver base cards. And for those of you that don't know, when you get a card that has a base card, it is packable in that base card pack as an item, even when it's a special card. So, for example, when a bronze player gets an inform, regardless of whether that's silver or gold, you can still pack that card in bronze packs, even though it's not a bronze card whilst it's in form. It still has its base card as, you know, the packable item. And so with that in mind, the team of the season nominees, of which most are silver. In fact, let me go to my videos. I need to look at this. I should have had it ready already. That's my fault. Community team of the season. What's up, guys? So when we go through and look at it, and we look at, so there's some players there like Kusiak. Let me have a look at him on FUTBin. I wonder if FUTBin actually have team of the season players. They're usually pretty good with everything. They do not have team of the season. They do have a tab for team of the season. They just don't have the team of the season. So Kusiak is a 69 rated common based silver card. And so should he get into the team of the season, now I don't know, I don't know if he will specifically, but should he get into the team of the season, you can pack him in silver packs and in gold packs because he has a silver based card. So what's going to happen is we're going to get 25 players. I think it was 23 players, whatever it is, 23-man team of the season team that are going into packs. And because of how many low-end players there were, because there were a lot of really, really poor low-end players for base cards, it's very likely that we're going to be able to get lots of players from silver packs. So the thing that I'm going to be preparing for this week is I'm not going to be opening my silver packs, and I'm not even really going to be engaging with the league SBC system at the moment, because what I want to do instead is I want to get myself as many packs as possible saved up that are silver. Now, generally speaking, saving packs I don't think are good, but here's why I want to get the silver pack saved up. It's actually kind of a two-pronged reason. Reason number one is because the more silver packs I have saved, the more chance I've got of packing a team of the season when the most consistent is out, which is obviously great. But number two is that when team of the season does get released, having all those silver cards is going to allow me to, again, really efficiently start completing more league SBCs. And we might go back to the minor leagues for a brief amount of time as well, just because I'll have so many silvers. And on top of that, I suppose it's like a four-pronged attack, really. On top of that, we'll be able to turn all, because I've done already Humble Beginnings and Rising Talent on every icon, we'll be able to turn all of the dead off-league silvers into common base gold upgrade packs, which will also have the ability to pack team of the seasons in them. And then lastly, when you do pack a team of the season, for me, I'm not about packing them because I want to use them, because I don't think many, I'd say probably a handful at most of the team of the season most consistent are going to be usable cards, right? What I want them for is to start completing icon segments. And so I think that what's going to happen is I'm going to end up packing, hopefully, 3, 4, 5, 6 team of the season cards from the silver upgrades. And then they can go into Dennis Burkamp. And I'll be able to finish Dennis Burkamp on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. and then we'll start working on Emmanuel Petit, and we'll start working on Ronaldo and Hullet and Maldini and Cruyff prime moments and so on and so forth. And the more players, the more silver packs we can have prepared. Again, two major things. Number one, the more team of the seasons we'll pack that will just give us really high rated cards to throw into those SBCs at, you know, a cost of bronze pack method, which, as we know, isn't a cost at all. But number two is I will be able to complete so many extra SBCs and league SBCs because of the sheer volume of silvers that I will be packing. And as I say, I'm not really in the system right now of doing the off-league SBCs because I don't think they're necessarily worth it. Well, that's not true at all. I'm testing out to see if they are worth it or not. And at the moment, I've had some good successes with just doing the major leagues. But one thing I am noticing is that when it gets time to pay for the big clubs, you know, the Huescas, the Valladolids, the Cardiffs, which Cardiff are raising up again now. When it gets to that time again, I am having to fork out a lot because what the minor league SBCs do for you that the major leagues really kind of don't. They do to a degree, but not as much as the minor league SBCs. Is that minor league SBCs have so many packs that contain so many silvers that you end up packing at least some of the really expensive silvers that you need through the minor leagues, whilst getting, you know, the 84s, 85s and such for like using things like on Carlos Vela. So there is always, I do feel like the minor leagues offer so much that I'm going to probably continue on with them to the point where I'm probably going to start looking at them today again, because if I can get some more silvers and stuff just sort of set up, that guy's nice and expensive, then that would be obviously really, really nice. So yeah, I just wanted to, before we go into the live stuff, well, the post-com stuff, which I'll do the comments for in just a second, I wanted to just open some bronze packs, get some players in the club, because I want to have at least 100 silver 2-player upgrade packs prepared for Friday. Hopefully I can open enough bronze packs. I don't even care if I spend 150, 200, 300,000 coins from bronze packs, if it enables me to get 200 or 300 silver packs, because I know that it will be effective long-term for hitting silvers and hitting team of the seasons out of those silvers. So that'll be the last bronze pack now, guys. We're going to go and put the gameplay in. I've got something to talk about with the gameplay as well. Some interesting discussion points with the gameplay from just the way I played, actually, funnily enough, and the results that I got. So we'll be back with that in just a second. In the meantime, here is our final bronze pack for the time being. It's not bad. We got some decent league cards there, some good Premier League cards and stuff, some Bundesliga cards and whatnot. So yeah, I will be right back. All right, guys. So as we get into some gameplay, the first two games you're going to see, not really games, just the screen, the team screen, and then the end screen is going to be some squad battles because we were completing some weekly objectives. And so I just want to show you that, show you where we got to, how we got there, what we did. I then go into 4 Pot Rivals games. I won 3 of them. I lost 1 of them in unceremonious circumstances. You'll see why. And in all 3 of them, the way I set my team up, you guys know what my main team is, right? So I put Patrick Vieira in at centre-back, Gareth Bale in at CDM, and Virgil van Dijk up at right cam to be the guy that I needed to be the Dutch scorer. And it's embarrassing how easy it actually was. I scored goals with him very early on in all 3 of the 3 wins that I scored, and then just switched my team back around and then played for the win. But what was really interesting and surprising, and one thing that I talked to the stream about, was how at 2400 ELO, which is obviously the old Division 1, I played just so calm and so relaxed and without care. And it allows me to just play way better FIFA than when I play in Champs, because I panic so damn much because of how important the games are. And I really wish I could take that nonchalant attitude of Rivals into Champs, because I genuinely feel like I would lose very few games. I would only lose games against, like, you know, as we've discussed many times over the years at this stage, like pro players, top 100s, and other like exceptional players. So there was one comment that said, I must have not pulled it up, but he asked if I'm ever going to play 30 games again of the weekend league, and I really want to, because I want to play 30 games of carefree FIFA and just get where I get. But I know what I'm like. When I start getting to like, you know, the 14 win stage with only 1 or 2 losses, I start getting really nervous and really panicky and thinking to myself, oh God, if I start bottling this now, I'm just going to get frustrated. And I really do let the emotional side of the game get to me. So in terms of whether or not I play 30 games again or not, will really be determined by how much I can change my mentality over the coming weeks to just allow myself to just literally not care about winning, losing, or drawing, or not drawing in champs, obviously, and just playing FIFA. I think we could have a good run of success with that. But we got some comments. Jack says, big respect for the amount of effort you put in. Keep up the videos. I appreciate the kind words. Funnily enough, the video 2 days ago, I talked about, you know, not going to Manchester to make content. And it was a little bit deeper than that. It was also a case of like the travel plans to get to Manchester on the Monday weren't great, super expensive, either like a 5-hour train journey or a really expensive flight. And then on top of that, I wouldn't have had any content for either channel on Monday. And because I wouldn't have got back until Tuesday late afternoon, I would have struggled to make content on Tuesday as well. So it would have been more than just a day off. Funnily enough, I didn't upload yesterday, and it was more it was more due to just the frustrations that the weekend caused me. You know, I've never been so disenchanted with the game as I was over the weekend. You know, Friday I started streaming, we just couldn't play games. You know, obviously the gameplay was matchmaking was disabled, and I had literally no chance, no opportunities to do anything. Have I left like a massive file in here? No, I haven't. Yeah, like I had nothing available to do. Saturday I wasn't on the game. Sunday the gameplay went down again, and then Monday I just couldn't be bothered to play champs. And even on Tuesday's stream, even though I didn't upload a video, I streamed for the lowest amount of hours I've streamed for in a long time because I just couldn't be bothered. I was just like, look, this game is just sad at the moment, and so I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do on the road to glory. And I just didn't even really turn my console on very much that day because I was just so over the game. And sometimes it takes just that one day especially for me, you know, this being my job and stuff, takes that one day of kind of like stepping away to be like, actually, I missed this game. And you know, I came back on the next day, we played Rivals, I did less SBCs, I did more gameplay. And it's all from one day of stepping away. So I left it on this screen, by the way, because I just wanted to show I had a reason, but yeah, basically I sold all these cards for a whole bunch of coins because of the marquee matchups. And as I said to you earlier, I'm not doing the UCL marquee matchups. 50k is a bit of a scam. Daniel Goldberg says, I'm in the top 4.7%, but I still can't get past silver 1 or gold 3. And there was also a comment, they kind of tie in together. Says Barry Robb says, not really the top 4.7% because not everyone plays Ultimate Team. You seem to be presuming that everyone plays Ultimate Team. In the context of what we were talking about, it's irrelevant if that top 4.7% is everyone playing Ultimate Team or not, because what we were talking about is what EA look at in terms of understanding when they need to fix bugs and when they don't. And in terms of the kickoff issue, it's not an Ultimate Team issue, it's a FIFA issue. And so even if it, like I say, if it only bothers the top end of people, and we took that 4.7% as an example, if it only bothers those top percentage of people, that's not just across Ultimate Team, that's across the whole game modes. And that's why I say to you guys, it needs to impact casuals at a really, really heavy level to be something that EA are going to take seriously to fix immediately. So if it was affecting people in pro clubs and in career mode and in head-to-head seasons and in FIFA Ultimate Team as well, then they would start being like, okay, we've looked at the data and so many kickoff goals being scored that shouldn't be. Okay, we've got to fix this. But when it is just that top 4.7% of Ultimate Team users, it's even it's a more concentrated number. It's even a lower percent. You're probably looking at like 1% or 0.5% of the whole set of FIFA users. And the reason why, as Barry says, you know, I think people were trying to argue that maybe it's more than 4.7% when it's not. It's less, because if not everyone plays Ultimate Team, that's only the top 4.7% of Ultimate Team. And I think it's very fair to say that the Ultimate Team user base is a more hardcore user base that are generally, and not exclusively, but generally better than all of the other players in the game. Like I would argue that if you took a Division 1 head-to-head player and put them against a Division 1 Ultimate Team player, I would argue that the Ultimate Team player would wipe the floor with them. And so Yeah, I think it just lends into the point that it's such a concentrated number of people, such a small population of the FIFA player base that experience on a very common basis the issues in the game, because they play the game an extremely different way to the 95.3% or 98% or 99% of the players that play this game otherwise. So I just wanted to kind of like clear that up, because there was a few people saying that it's not 4.7% when, yeah, I think it kind of helps my argument a little bit more. Carl says, EA are so lazy, there are hundreds of transfers that happens in January and February that don't have new cards yet. They haven't decreased player price ranges for months. Mantovani joined Huesca on loan, and if he gets a Huesca card, it will make them cheaper as he is a gold non-rare. And do you know what? I had a lot of people tell me that over the last few weeks, that there are so many cards that don't have transfers in the game right now. Even to the point they're lazy with the UCL cards. Like if you open a UCL pack now, you can get the Casilla card from Real Madrid, even though he's now plays for Leeds. Yet he still comes out as a special card for Real Madrid. And it is just lazy. It shouldn't be in the game like that. It shouldn't be a possibility for that. And if they did implement the transfers that have been changed, it would make a lot of the league SBCs considerably cheaper, because of teams like Genoa that had a lot of players go out. They obviously had a lot of players come in, and those cards aren't as Genoa players right now, which is why certain teams, Huesca, Valladolid, etc., are going through the roof. And I wonder if that is on purpose. I wonder if they don't want the league SBCs to be even cheaper than they currently are. I wonder if they have kind of like a, we saw a tweet once from one of the EA guys that said the market is a living organism. I wonder if they just monitor that and they're like, look, if we put these transfers in, it's going to create this imbalance where the league SBCs are so cheap that it will create hyper inflation on the market, like it did back in the mass coin sales of FIFA 15, when every player that was any decent was like 15 million coins. Base Ronaldo, every version of Ronaldo was 15 million coins, and he was extinct. And so maybe they're like, look, if this happens, if we put these transfers in, it's going to cause a really weird shift in the market that won't be good for the game. Maybe. That's me just speculating. That's not like anything that's actual and guaranteed. And then Zephyr says, you're very right, bro. The 5 to 6% of the user base that you reach is accountable for a really, really high percent from the FUT revenue. He said, sorry, you're very, very right, bro. But the 5 to 6% of the user base that you reach is accountable for a really, really high percent of revenue from FUT. I absolutely disagree. There was just some numbers released. I saw it on Reddit today. There was just some numbers released that in FIFA 19 so far, EA have logged 45 million unique users in the game. Now, obviously not everybody plays FUT, as we've established, but a lot of those will. I couldn't even give an estimate or a guesstimate of any description of how many of those would play FUT. But if you think the 100,000 give or take that I reach on this channel and the 200,000 give or take I reach on the other channel are a large portion, you're heavily mistaken. Because even if there's 10 million people that play FUT and I'm accountable for 4% of that or 5% of that, that means there's still 9 to 9.5 million people that don't watch my content or any YouTuber's content or interact on any social regard that are spending just a little bit here or there. I think back to when I was just a casual player, and before social gaming was massive, before FUT was massive, before we had all these promos in Ultimate Team, and before it was kind of like even widely accepted to spend your disposable income on gaming. I used to spend 12,000 FIFA points a month, give or take. So I would spend about £80 a month, about £20 a week when I was just a casual gamer. Sometimes a little bit more if there was a good player in Team of the Week or something like that. And if you think about even just 1 million people doing that, spending just 20 quid here or there per week, that's where the bulk of EA's income comes from. It's not from the casual. Like if you take the hardcore users, they do spend a lot of money, but they are not responsible for the 80 odd million that EA accumulate through Ultimate Team every year. It is the millions spending the minimum that are, giving that money. So if you took the top 3% of spenders out of the game, it wouldn't be 3% of revenue that left. It would be more like less than that. It'd be far less. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of like clear that up. But anyways, you can see the gameplay here, guys. that goal that I conceded to was really frustrating. That guy was what I would, say is an anti-FIFA player. He was very, very just defensive the whole game. Large portions of the game, if you were on stream watching, he would literally just stand still with the ball with his back line and just stand dead still. I tried the whole game my best to score. I had Van Dijk at right cam for the whole game. I hit the post twice in that game as well, which was quite frustrating. And then in the way I conceded the goal, I hit a La Croqueta with Mbappe, and then he took another touch, and then the ball pinged off of his foot and went out of play. And that bug has been in the game all year so far, never been rectified, and happens quite often after a skill move in general, not just a La Croqueta, but after a skill move in general. And then from the throw-in, he ends up scoring a goal. So really, really frustrating that the goal conceded there was from that. But in terms of completing the objective, it didn't really matter. And then we end up wrapping up this game here with an absolute stunner from Gareth Bale. I don't know why I tried to shoot from that range with the scoop volley. But the fact that I scored it, okay, it was green timed, but the fact that I scored it from that far out makes me think that I've been waiting to get too close before attempting the scoop volleys. If I can start hitting a consistent level of scoring from that range, changes the game even more, because even if people are super deep and have 8 men in the box, it doesn't matter if I can scoop it up from 35 yards out and still bang it top corner every single time. So we're going to go and figure that out over this weekend league coming. I'm going to try and understand if I can score from that range really consistently. But we get a win there, guys. It puts us over 2,400 ranking points now as well, which obviously gives us the old Division 1, if you like, ranking points, which is really nice to get back up to that level. I always wondered, am I able to get back up to that level? And with the little that I've been playing, the fact I've been able to get up to that point again is really, really nice. But that is going to be the end of the video for today. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.